Hello, in the next episode. In today's video I'm going to repair Nintendo Switch, which came in for the charging port repair, no power. So let's fix it. Okay, so here is our Nintendo Switch. The condition of this console doesn't look good. Okay, so my customer told me that this console was in the another repair shop before me. They replaced the charging port, but it didn't work after that, so they gave up and gave him his console back. But as we can see here, someone has replaced that charging port, without removing, the motherboard. So it's very weird. As you can see, melted plastic is here. So it tells me that they did it, when the motherboard was inside of the housing. Yeah. Alright, so first what I'm going to do, I'm going just to a little bit clean the screen because it's quite sticky. Alright, so first thing what I'm going to do, I'm going just to plug, my amp meter, and nothing. It doesn't take any power, nothing whatsoever. The HDMI, the charging port looks absolutely fine. So they probably replaced it. Let's quickly disassemble this console. That screw is no good, and that's why they couldn't remove that screw, and they damaged the metal shield. I'm just wondering what's the repair shops, what's the name of that repair shop, because I'm very curious who did that mess. Which repair shop has tried to replace the charging port without taking out the motherboard? This is weird, and yes, from this point of view we can see that someone was messed that port and area around. Alright, so let's disassemble it completely and then we will see. It doesn't look good at all. Looks terrible. Alright, let me check if this console is worth to repair actually. If the main if the APU is okay. Or maybe the other, components they need to be replaced. So this is the main cap. If this cap is shorted to ground at this point, and this cap is shorted to ground, that means there is a problem with the APU. But if this cap is shorted to ground, but this one not, that means there's a problem with the RAM memory. So let's check. So we have no short here, but we have short here. So we've got 3.3 volts rail is shorted. Alright. And we've got another short here. And here. So we know that this power management IC has to be replaced. So we've got another cost. My customer will be informed about this and he will make a decision if he wants to fix it or not. Oh, look at this. Now we know why the 3.3 volt rail is shorted to ground, because this chip has been blown. It's blown. So let's check that filter. Alright, the filter is good. Yes. Alright, so this filter didn't prevent this chip to be blown, you know. It's always like that, you know, in the most cases. But the worst is here, this area. Because every single time when you try to remove that chip, it will come off with this trace. And later there is a hard to, you know, to put a new one and fit it correctly. Alright, so let's remove that port, the charging port. Yeah. Because, you know, I could start I could start a repair straight away, but, you know, I don't know if my customer will agree with the price, actually, because, you know, he thought it's just the charging port that they, you know, fitted wrongly or something like that, but we've got some more problems on the motherboard. So just need to remove that, take some pictures, send him, and wait for the answer. Is this repair going to be expensive one or not so bad? Whoa, 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 whoa. What the hell? What's this? What's this? Unbelievable, unbelievable. Alright, so I'm going to take some pictures of it, send to my customer, give him a quote, new quote for the repair, because we need to replace power management IC, p13 USB IC, we need to rebuild that traces in one part, probably one, maybe two parts, and rebuild all parts here. So that's gonna be expensive. Alright, see you soon. So my customer gave us green light to fix it fully. It's gonna cost him, you know, some money, but he said it's still worth it for him than buy a new one or in used condition. I don't know. Alright, so let's fix it. Let's remove that sheet here. You know, I forgot to mention that today's repair, I'm going to, you know, to rebuild the parts and traces, I'm going to use different methods than I usually do, you know, because usually what I do, I just solder, you know, the jumper wire straight away to the charging port. Why? Because, you know, it's much easier and quicker for me. But in today's video, I'm going to do different method, like everyone, you know, do. So let's fix it. Alright, so let's test the charging port. So I plugged my tester and I'm gonna put one probe on the one filter and test if we can hear the beep somewhere here. So number one, just put some more. So this is number one. We've got continuity. Another point, it's good. It's alright. Perfect. Good. Good. It's alright. Okay. And the last two. Yes. And one more. So we have no connection here probably. So we'll put a jumper wire which goes right here. Next step is to replace the power management IC. Alright, let's prepare first the power management IC. Let's go to our chip now. Let's remind what was wrong. So the main line, this one is shorted, so this IC has to be replaced. Alright, so let's check if we still got a short here. Yeah, no short anymore. Here is short because, you know, the p13 USB IC still need to be replaced. Okay, so let's replace that chip. 470 degrees, 90 airflow. So I'm going to plug my tester. Actually, that tester, it's it comes from the docking station. I've just desoldered it from the small PCB board, and I'm using it as my tester. So I'm plugging it here. And this one didn't work before, and it's still not connected. So only one trace from here is not connected. So basically this is the gray one, and the gray one is located here on the other side. So what I'm going to do straight away is apply some flux here, fresh solder to that point. Alright, and I'm going to use my wire 0.1 millimeter to connect those points. That one, and this is the another one, yeah? Those points are already connected. Let's go to the diode mode and let's check if we got all those connections are good. We should see any readings. Yes, we got 1.7. This should be the same. Similar, yeah, good. 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 Yes, perfect. And yes, if we don't have any readings in the diode mode, when you put one probe on the first cup, and if you try the second probe put on another cup and you have no readings at all, that means that this chip wasn't soldered properly. So you need to try to use a pressure on it, and use some hot air to reflow that chip again. I'm not sure about this little guy, but hopefully it is soldered to the part on the chip. I'm not sure if it's connected to the pad on the chip, but we will see. So one more thing, just apply some solder mask. Alright, so now the all points here are connected with the charging port. So if we dock it into the docking station, we should see the picture on the telly. Actually, but now this is the moment, maybe not the moment of truth, but I'm going to plug that meter, and yes, it's correct. Correct readings. So it's done all checks, and it dropped to the 0 amps. The same with the other side. And the other side, it doesn't work. Alright, so I know probably what is no good. This pin is not connected properly, and that's why we had some problems, yeah? Alright, so let's check now. Right, it's good. And yes, so that pin was causing the problem. Yes, this is a good sign. Alright, so let's unplug it and flip the plug over. And it's working. It's working. Yeah. Finally. It was very long battle. But I won. Alright, so as you could see, this battle with this switch was a nightmare actually. Alright, so the console has been successfully repaired. Please like and subscribe, and see you next time.